Hello everyone, Yanis here from our Mac channel, and today we have a very interesting discussion about energy, and more specific, how we can we amplify the positive energy and use actually the negative energy converted to positive energy. Uh, Without doing anything additional, without having any expensive equipment, we can transform the negative energy to a positive energy. And for those that they are familiar with martial arts and more specifically the Japanese Aikido, we can use where they are using the energy and the power of the opponent to take him down. There is a science which is actually doing exactly this and using the existing negative energies, transforming to positive, and affects not only mankind, men and women and kids, but any biology and the nature. And this is proven with different experiments and examples. So in order to discuss this, since I'm not a connoisseur of this science, but I do have the interest in energy. As you know, my background is in electronic engineering and telecommunications. I have today with us a young science from Canada. His name is Elie Bou Assy. He is an electronic engineer and he's doing as well now, he's a master. And he has as well, since many years, almost a decade, his interest in the energy. And he started studying the science parallel with the electrical engineering in the universities. He started studying the science of biogeometry. But before me try to explain something that I'm not really a master of it, let's give the word to Elie to introduce himself and then discuss about the biogeometry and how all this can relate to help us reduce the negative effect of the EMF, but as well reduce the negative effect of nano poisoning, nanotoxicity on our bodies. Elie.
So good day, Yanis. Thank you for making this happen after like 3-4 months of planning it. Finally, we did it today, and I'm talking to you right now from Canada, from Montreal. This is my room, and I'm glad to be part of this movement, this awakening movement that's happening all around us, and to shed light on this practice, this energy practice that helps to balance and to get back to our normal, to help us to get back to our normal happy state, if you can say. So a little bit about my background. First of all, my name is Elie. I graduated from with an electrical engineering diploma from Lebanon in 2009. And I got interested actually in energy work in 2009, in the same year. And my journey began. I uh, I uh, I I attended many workshops related to different schools of thought, schools of practice, and I stumbled and came across biogeometry in 2013. So it got my interest because of the many tangible results that the science gave to people, many promising experiments on the governmental level, and we will talk about this afterwards. So in 2014 I decided to travel to Egypt. I learned I met Dr. Karim personally, the founder of BioGeometry and the developer. I took the foundational workshop with Dr. Zainab, and later on in 2018, 2 years ago, I advanced in my studies. I took the advanced course workshop, and I learned from many other teachers, Dr. Gilbert from the United States, Dr. Al-Sawi from Egypt, and so I got to see biogeometry from different angles, and this enriched me and gave me a colorful experience and a colorful meaning and a colorful, if you want, uh, understanding, okay, of this precious science.
Excellent, excellent.
So so now I don't find myself ready or advanced, but at least I have a better grasping of why this science works, why this biogeometry works, what is based on. So I understand the basics better.
Yes, exactly. But that's why I have you here in the channel, because you can, when you introduced me by geometry several months ago, actually it's almost a year, then, okay, I start looking on it and I found it extremely interesting and beneficial. And then a few months ago, as you said, we decided, okay, let's spread the word, because it's something really useful and can help many people, especially in this difficult and very dark times that
Yeah,
we are living. And we
yeah, yeah,
decided to have this video. You mentioned that the founder, let's say, of the science in the modern days, it's Dr. Karim from Egypt. Tell us a little bit about the background of Dr. Karim and what is his field of let's say, expertise, before we start talking about what is exactly the biogeometry and what tools are used in order to, yeah, to use it, and how this links to Dr. Karim due to his background.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so so I will talk briefly about the history of biogeometry, and
Okay.
I will leave the listeners to uh, to read the book Back to a Future of Mankind, the first book that was published by Dr. Ibrahim Karim. For more details, for more where Dr. Karim states the unfolding of the events that led him to the discovery of biogeometry. So Dr. Karim at the origin is an engineer also. He's an architectural. He's an architect. He has the calmness. He has the when you talk to Dr. Karim, you feel that he is in peace with himself, and you know, and he was equipped from the beginning with resources that helped him to reach that point. So as an architect, he got graduated from Zurich, from Switzerland. And as an architect, he, you know, what architects are interested about: shapes, designs, drawings, for houses, for projects. So this was familiar with him, dealing with angles. Um, and what he discovered then, after a series of events that led him to the work of the French radiesthesia, uh, that the two gentlemen that were developing and researching this was they were Chomry and de Belizal. They were from France,
Yeah.
and so he got their books, he got their works. He began to study the work of those two people, and after that, event after event, he first went to ancient Egypt. He was guided to 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 take this work back to ancient Egypt with the new understanding, with the objective understanding of these tools, because these two gentlemen, they were focused on, they understood the magnetic and electric negativity in the vertical wave and the horizontal wave, and they had tools to measure it back then, like the universal pendulum, where and the colors, the qualities of colors. They put a spectrum and of the colors. They had their own measurement, and after that, Dr. Karim took it even further and understood what was the mechanism that is driving this discovery, and micro vibrational radiesthesia developed in what we know now bio, to biogeometry. So biogeometry is the study of shape. It's the energy of shapes. It is the effect that energy has on our body. So energy is the by definition, it's the ability to produce effect.
Can you repeat?
So
Because it was cut. The energy is the ability to do what?
uh, the ener- the energy is the ability to produce effect,
Effect. Okay. Yeah.
and this is the same definition that is present in scientific books and in electrical books. So we define energy as the ability to do work.
Yeah.
Okay, but in biogeometry, it's the ability to do an effect. And actually, as a human beings, in order for us to trust a claim, it has to be repeatable.
Of course.
And it has to be repeatable. It has to be measurable. And we like, as humans, we like to stay, we like things to work independently of the human intention or the human thoughts.
Correct.
You know, and even like if even so that quantum physics is saying otherwise, so you can separate the observer from what he is being observed, but uh, we like for things to be independent, like for things to run automatically without us having to tune or to think about it. Okay, so this is why, for example, technology is here, electromagnetic technology, like routers, like electricity. So even if you are feeling good, bad, in a good mood, bad mood, uh, joyful, electricity is still electricity. The laws of electricity works independently. So well, and biogeometry is the language design of nature. And it's this language design, as Dr. Karim discovered, it relates to power spots on Earth.
Power.
Power, power spots.
Okay. Power spots.
Power spots. Those power spots, they were used by ancient men, uh, instinctively, intuitively. And as you know, ancient man, he was more intuitive than modern men. And this subject, Dr. Karim talks about extensively in his book. He was right-brained more than left-brained mode. He was in a right-brain mode more than left-brain mode. So he knew instinctively about those spots, and he uh, how did people back then measure this the effects of these power spots? They used to put meat on different locations.
Okay.
Okay, that they suspected that
Power spot.
this spot has a good impact on health, or on humans at least. And animals, by the way, they know instinctively also where are those power spots. Okay, so he got on those power spots for healing, for prayer. He built temple around on those power spots, and he used that energy, and he used the temple as an amplification to radiate this energy uh, to to where he is living, to his village, etc. So back to our point, where they used to measure power spots. They put a meat at different spots, and in Egypt, and they where this meat like was conserved and didn't rot.
Yeah.
They could localize that that this power spot is the
Beneficial.
region that, yeah, that they are looking for. Also, some people they used to raise sheep at that location, and afterwards, because ancient man, he used to consume meat extensively. So when they open the body, and they see the liver, actually, if they see the liver that it is healthy, so this is a good spot. If the liver is uh, is damaged, or has different manifestations, negative manifestations, so they decide that this location is bad for health. So this is fast what biogeometry is about. It's about power spots. It's about the nature language of nature. It's the ability to create an effect, and it is a positive effect on all living beings.
So, and Dr. Karim, okay, that was known from the past, and then he managed to, from what I understood, due to his background in architecture in the shape, he found that some shapes they can, let's say, channel the energy and
Yeah,
change the quality, the properties of the
exactly.
energy, which is this what is let's say it's the transformation of the negative energy to the positive energy. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
So the French radiesthesiast Chomry and Louis, they were working on the waves of form. So how a form can have a negative or positive impact on us,
Okay.
and they developed a scale of colors um, from that have 12 bands, and those bands, like like for example, the sun. It has it has a rotated band, and at different time of the day we have a band that is present, and we know that from electromagnetism, from the theory of the light, that the sunlight in the morning, it is more towards the ultraviolet, and in the evening it is more towards the red.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so and actually, and when it is in the domain of the ultraviolet, you feel this connection with nature, you feel an openness, and at night you feel it is more towards the red. So it is you feel more you feel active, you are preparing for sleep. You know this it's a cycle. So this cycle of colors and of the sun is reflected in
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
in our feelings, in our hormones, etc. So when Dr. Karim discovered what is the working principle behind shapes, he could find he could measure the quality of that energy. So he can measure the spectrum of that energy in qualitative level. On a qualitative level, he could replicate uh, this uh, this uh, this uh, this this these findings in numbers, in angles, in colors, in sounds, in specific sound.
Okay.
So sounds that you can hear, you can hear the compression waves of sound, and how this sound is affecting your nervous system, how you can feel around that nervous system.
So
So
it's not only the energy, the EMF energy, but any kind of energy, because the sound as well, it's just energy. So
exactly.
he found out that the biogeometry can affect any kind of energy, both electromagnetic, as discovered as well even further later, and as well sound. So any kind of energy.
Yes, exactly. So as qualitatively, you can, let's say, for example, you have a frequency, 15 hertz or 16 hertz. You can tune that frequency to of 15 hertz in different ways
Correct.
in order to have a positive effect. Even initially, this frequency by itself is not resonating with any organ,
Yeah.
but if you can tune that energy in specific ways, that wave in a specific ways, you can produce the effect of BG3. So
Okay.
your nervous system will recognize that, oh, this shape, this whatever is happening here, it's causing me to feel good and to have a certain effect, a certain positive
Okay.
effect.
Okay. So you mentioned that, okay, that there are this energy, and some people they were more sensitive than the others, and Dr. Karim found that. So, what is the key to become somewhere aware about those energies?
Yeah, actually, to answer this interesting question, uh, I'm gonna give you an example. You
Please.
know, when there are two people that meets together, uh, some people they have a connection that is on the spot. Some people takes time for this connection to build and to open up to each other according to their level of trust. So likewise, in biogeometry, the key to resonance, because when you are in resonance with something or an object or a person, there is an exchange of information.
Correct.
So the key to this resonance to happen and your nervous system, your antenna, to be tuned to the right channel is rapport on a human level.
Yes.
Because when you are in rapport with someone, there is a trust that develops.
Correct.
There is an openness that say, okay, I feel relaxed around that person. I feel that I can open up, that I can share my secrets, etc. So there is an interchange and an intercommunication that happens, and an exchange of data, okay, feelings, experiences, stories, etc. The same thing happens when you are in resonance, for example, in nature. Like, for example, if you look at a green scene, or we are walking in nature, the colors that the nature has, the movement, the dynamics, all of these creates in you an experience, okay, and you feel relaxed, you feel connected, you start to exchange this data. But of course, it's not on a wave level, so you can't hear it. However, you can feel it. You can hear, for example, the birds. You can hear animals that has this ability to express. But with trees, for example, you can feel it. You can, but unfortunately, trees doesn't know Arabic or Greek or any other language. So rapport is the key. And what scientists found out later, what recent scientists have been finding, is that the part of the nervous system that makes this connection happen is what we call the mirror neurons. Mirror neurons.
Okay.
Mirror neurons. Mirror neurons, in a way, is a physical manifestation of what we call in metaphysics the aura.
Okay.
Okay. So mirror neurons are what gives you a sense, what relates people to each other.
Okay.
They mirror each other. Okay, this is what the name
mirror neurons.
Mirror neurons. So he can mirror the feelings of the other in his system, and through that mirroring and through that representation of that feeling, he can understand better what the other person is saying. So another term for resonance is empathy. Empathy. So we can say that people are empathetic to each other. Some people they can like feel the sorrow, feel the pain of others, and connect with them, and get affected and take action and decisions according to their empathy. Okay. So we can say, in other way, as people say in nowadays, they are tuned to the same frequency.
Correct.
They are on the same wavelengths. They are riding the same boat. Okay, and not just that, because frequency is important, and another aspect of energy that is crucial is amplitude.
Correct.
So frequency and amplitude, and in our nowadays, like with transmission lines and with transporting electricity from one place to another, you need a lot of amplitude in order to transmit the same frequency.
Yeah.
Okay, and so amplitude of the signal is essential. Like, for example, your router at home, it produces like 2 watts, 3 watts, 6 watts maximum. Okay, where the power, the grid line that is coming to your home, the raw power, it can be like 1 kilowatts up to megawatts.
Correct.
Okay, so each signal, according to its application, has its equivalent amplitude and frequency.
And the same
Okay.
as well on any electronic signal, the same frequency.
Yeah.
If you have the same information, the same frequency, but one has, let's say, a small amplitude, and the other has a bigger, the stronger amplitude in the same location will overlap the smaller one, even if it's
Exactly.
exactly the same information, and only the difference is the amplitude, the power of the signal itself.
Exactly. Exactly. So they overlap, and actually, if you can see the signal on the oscilloscope, you see the sum, but you see that the shape of the signal is dominated by the stronger signal.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. And so, if you want to just say an example, also for our viewers to understand better, like for example, if you have a key and that you want to visit your friend, okay? So you have the key. The key in your hand is the frequency to open the door to enter to your house, to the house of your friend. But let's say that you have the frequency, you have the key, you open the door. Now the door is free to open, and sometimes there is resistance. Sometimes someone is pushing behind the door. So you have the frequency, you have the right frequency. However, you don't have the right amplitude, and so as a result, you don't enter the house because you had the same frequency, the right frequency. However, you didn't have the right amplitude. So this is a metaphor in order for us to understand what is the working principle behind sensitivity.
It's a clear picture. It's a good example because it's an illustration that everybody can understand or visualize the difference between frequency, which allows to do several things, to transfer information or whatever. But then the amplitude, it's what as well will make this frequency to have the effects that we want or not, to enter in the house, let's say, or not.
Yes.
Like to have the power to open the door and overcome the obstacles or the resistance.
Exactly, Jonas. Exactly.
And why we have different shapes, and why in BioGeometry they are using different shapes and sizes? For that reason, because different shapes they channel different frequencies, they tune with different frequencies, I guess, and then the size is the power, it's the amplitude.
Yes, exactly, Jonas. So as you know from the equation of Albert Einstein,
Exactly.
equals mc squared. So a mass has a presence.
Exactly.
Okay, like for example, you can draw a biogeometrical shape on a piece of paper. It can work. It can work for certain application. Does it have the amplitude that is enough to cause, according to our application, to cause balance? Is the signal that this shape is generating can override the effect of the signal, can make the signal of the negative, let's say, weaker than the positive, so it will override it and it will dominate it? No. So that's why in the project of Hamburg that was funded by the Swiss government in 2003. You can see that, and now we will see in the video afterwards that Dr. Karim used shapes to point those shapes towards the tower that was the origin of the disturbance in the area and in people's life. Actually, the amplitude was so disturbing for humans that they had a lot of headaches. They couldn't sleep. Even the cows started to have miscarriages, and you know how cows are important for the Swiss economy.
Of course.
So even cows in that area, they started to have miscarriages. Even trees were having disturbances. Ecosystems were having disturbances. So they called Dr. Karim to find a solution, because back then the Swiss government, they knew about his work, because biogeometry was developed way back. They knew about his work. So, and since he was a student in Zurich and he understood somehow the mentality, he was one of them, let's say.
Yeah.
So they called him. So you can call someone that is living in Switzerland you prefer to have someone that's living in Switzerland and knows the system and knows the area and the people, in comparison to calling someone from USA
Yeah, correct, correct, correct.
as a consultant.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
gonna talk later extensively about the Hemburg program in Switzerland, and as you mentioned, we
yeah,
have a video. There is a video in the YouTube, so we're gonna play only a small part. It was really worldwide presented, even from the Reuters, the news agency Reuters had presented, and of course it was in the
yeah.
news in Switzerland, the miracle of Hamburg, as it was called, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So to recap, let's say the biogeometry is taking the existing energies, wherever is the source, positive or negative, and with the help of the shapes and the size of the shape, this change the existing energy. The energy that's existing over there. Uh, you gave the example with the frequency at the door, but do you have some other examples from daily life that some people they may understand a little bit better how one kind of energy, one object generating something can affect another object somewhere else, or even our feelings, which we are object as well, ourselves, etc. It's
Yeah,
material energy
yeah,
anyway. You are all energy. How one
yeah, yeah,
energy can affect the other energy.
yeah. Yeah, actually, I have a simple example from our daily life, and for all our musicians, musician listeners that are listening to this broadcast. Uh, like let's have let's imagine that we have a musical instrument, and there is a tuning that happens to the string in order to play a certain note. Okay, and each string has its own thickness, so that string can play bass sounds or more
High pitch.
more high pitch or low pitch sound. Exactly. So on this on the musical on our instrument, if like we tune our string to the C a note, that string will give us the low pitch C, and we tune the other string to the high pitch C. Okay, so now we have a potential. We have two objects that are in resonance, but this resonance didn't manifest yet. We have them tuned to the same frequency, but it did not manifest. So as soon as the player or the musician hits the string, one string, he hits one string, automatically the other string, by empathy, by the phenomenon and the law of empathy, which is resonance,
You
it
start
start
playing.
vibrating.
Yes.
It start vibrating and playing. So with this example, we can now grasp an understanding, a tangible understanding of how this phenomena works. And on the other on the feeling level, let's say on the light level, let's say we have nowadays we in commercially available there is white light, LED white light, and warm white light. Okay,
Yeah.
so the first one is in as the temperature, it's in the 5000 K, and the other one is in the 2700 K, something like that. So one is warm, one is daylight. It's more towards the blue light. One is towards the yellow light.
Yeah.
Let's say you are at night sitting at your room, relaxed, and you want to relax. You want to relax. You want to do meditation. Okay, and you leave the light on. If you leave the blue light on, it will add to the disturbance. So you need to buy. So you have to your signal have to be stronger than this disturbance that is present. Okay,
Okay.
because as you know, in the hormone cycles at night, we tend more to be more relaxed, looking or getting the yellow light spectrum.
Correct.
the red light spectrum. And there is a whole science about luminotherapy and bulbs that are tuned. One bulb that gives you energy, it psychs you up, and it has a blue dominance in its spectrum, and the same technology with a yellow light that is adapted to be exposed to at night before sleeping. So yeah, so this is a tangible experiment that you can look at the light that is coming from the LED. It's localized. You can touch it. You can have an experience with that, and like 90% of the people, they feel it. They feel that blue light, it's disturbing, especially at night. Yellow light, we can relax, especially when it is past 10, 11, 12, midnight. So
Yes, exactly. That's why now all the modern devices, the telephones, the computer, they have the options to turn off the blue light. They call it night vision or night light off.
oh yeah,
Night, exactly is what is happening. It's cutting the blue light. Plus the blue light, we know that it's used to program the nanoparticles in our body. So
oh yeah,
information.
oh yeah.
This is just, let's say, in brackets. But
Right.
yes, the blue light is really it's disturbing our biology during the
Yes,
evening. That's yeah, it's a good example, the one that you just shared.
yes.
So
And you know,
in other ways, so how you, let's say, you gave two examples how to describe this practice. One, the energy, fine tune the energy, and the other with the shapes. Can you a little bit elaborate just to cover to close this explanation?
uh, so we can resume the what we just said, that biogeometry is based on the phenomena of resonance.
Okay.
What causes biologically in our system to enter into resonance with different shapes are the mirror neurons. It's another word for biogeometry is empathy. It's about frequency. It's about amplitude, and it's about tuning. Okay, so the attunement uh, is directed by the focus. Whatever you focus on,
Yes.
your nervous system tends to acquire the right state in order to get into resonance with the object
Correct.
of focus. Like for example, if you focus on your router and your router is not adjusted to is not tuned with biogeometry, okay, you can feel its effect. And actually, Dr. Karim, what he did in Hamburg, he made people that were having disturbances from the tower, from the signals that were transmitted. He made them look in the direction of the tower from their home, okay. And as soon as they looked in the direction of that tower, they started to feel the disturbance in the nervous system. So he pointed a stand, a BG form towards the tower, and it was very precise work because Dr. Karim obviously trained well, trained for a long time back then, trained in his nervous system to get more accurate with vibration measurements. So as soon as he found the right angle, the right frequency, the right position, okay, immediately the people at that home,
Their homes.
their symptoms disappeared immediately.
Yeah, yeah. And this is, yes,
So
this is some people, they may consider, okay, how is that possible? But okay, those that are electrosensitive, they know exactly what, they understand exactly what you mean, because it has exactly this effect. If the energy hit them, they suffer. If it will cancel the negative effect, it stop, they are feeling better immediately. It's not like it takes time to recover. As soon as you are in an affected area, you suffer. As soon as you move out, you stop suffering. Correct.
Yes. Yes. So it's a natural. It's built in us. We are in resonance with everything everywhere. It's a matter of focus. Like for example, when you focus with your hand on something, okay, if you are presenting an idea for an audience, and you know that gestures like direct the attention of the audience. It's well known in
Correct. It's
presentation.
exactly the same thing.
So yeah, so it it uh, it directs the focus, and it helps them to understand what he's trying to convey to them. So whenever you look at the thing, you enter into resonance with it, whether you feel it or not. It's a matter of training, and a
Sensitivity.
matter of
It's
time to develop
sensitivity.
a sensitivity to develop it as everything else. So if you want to open a bracket to talk a little bit about dowsing, and what is dowsing, and what biogeometry is different, why biogeometry is different from
Correct.
dowsing.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Yeah,
yeah, the people, they will not confuse, because they will see, let's say, pendulum and other things that maybe they are using
yeah,
and using, but it's not the same thing. So please go ahead and explain,
yeah.
clarify this.
Okay, okay. So in my experience, mental dowsing, uh, dowsing also is mental. When you, like, for example, when you ask you a question and you program your mind to give you yes or no question, yes or no answer, sorry, yes or no answer. So you are tuning to a certain dialogue, internal dialogue, that you are discussing with you. So you are discussing with yourself,
Okay.
yes or no, and you are like having a conversation with yourself. So dowsing is um, uh, more linked to the subconscious. It helps you develop a relationship with your subconscious. Like for example, water dowsing, and uh, it, it is the most famous skill that people have. Some people have it more developed than others. Some people are born with this skill. Like for example, if someone in your family, like your father or your uncle, or two generations back, he used to develop, he used to to work with this skill, and it was passed to you. It was a potential,
Thank you, Jane.
and
Okay.
there is an environment triggers that help to play the notes, to play the potential, and so it played and it manifested. So so mental dowsing helps you to deal with the subconscious. And water dowsing specifically, it's easier to do, because as you know, we are 70% water.
Yeah.
Human beings have a lot. Most of their bodies are constituted of water, and uh, that puts the human being in a position. If he has the sensitivity, like a small sensitivity, it have the amplitude uh, to tune to whatever he is alive, to whatever he is searching for, especially the water. So human body become the sample of what the mind is looking for, or what you are focused on. So a sample is human body is a sample for dowsers to uh, to look for water. And as you know, dowser you can do dowsing with pliers, with L rods, with there's a lot, tons of, with wire rods. So
Different tools. Yeah.
when there is here. So when the person is focused, when the practitioner is focused, and he's using a wire rod, he's asking a question, and so he is in resonance, and now he is waiting for this the location to enter into resonance with his system. So he get
Correct.
a reaction from the rod. Okay. What biogeometry differs from dowsing is that you don't have to ask any question. You don't have to enter into dialogue with yourself. Uh, you don't have to do anything. You just hold the pendulum like that. It's a BG3 pendulum. You put the pendulum in the search mode, okay? And of course, you have to be in the right state of mind, and you need to be well prepared. So whenever and you don't ask yourself questions. Actually, this is the roadblock that mental dowsers face when they want to learn biogeometry, because they each have programmed his pendulum according to his own to a specific system,
Yeah.
and
Have a certain workflow, a certain process that they are using.
Yeah, a lot of confusion happens in their nervous system. So at the end, they will not get accurate results. So in biogeometry, what Dr. Karim actually gave us is those tools, and it's enough to have this tool present in your close to your body or your auric field to interact with you for you, first of all, for you to be in the right state. Second, use a pendulum to look for to actually the pendulum has two functions. It helps us as a tool to look at. It helps us to stay focused on what we are looking for. So it helps the nervous system itself to stay on the right frequency. And once this quality of that frequency, the quality of that frequency matches the adjustment that we are doing on an example on electricity, okay, it starts to rotate clockwise.
So when it's a search mode, when you want to discover, let's say, what kind of energy is there, and then you put the shapes, which we're going to discuss about that, and improve the energy. In the search mode, the pendulum is just moving up and down, up and down, up and down. And when the quality, when with the shapes that we're adding, the energy is improving, automatically it will start turning clockwise.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So this is a visual indicator that you have fine-tuned. Okay.
You have the right. You tune to the right. You are tuned to the right. Whatever you are focusing on, it is giving the quality of BG3, and that is true for the BG3 pendulum. This is called BG3 pendulum. Okay. And this also it's not for selling online. They give it to people who take the foundation training in biogeometry. So because there is two levels of training, basic and advanced. But this holds true for the BG3 pendulum. Now for the universal pendulum, it's another story, because when you tune your pendulum to your wavelength, I will show you. So this pendulum, actually, it has a different shape.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's different than this pendulum, right?
Yes, correct.
So this pendulum, when you tune it to your wavelength, okay, so you tune it, for example, for your body. You tune it for your body. You find the length of the string that at that moment simply help your nervous system to tune in whatever you are focused on. So let's say you want to find I'm focused on you. I'm giving my attention to you. Okay, so I keep my attention on you, on the pendulum at the same time, and on the string at the same time, on the length of the string. So that string would represent a representation of your energy, of your vibration. Okay. Like say, for example, I want to find the length that is representative for the room. So I can focus on the room and on the pendulum and the string at the same time, and I can
So you change the length.
and the length, okay, the length, and when it start turning clockwise, you fine tune it so it has the biggest the biggest
Okay.
amplitude rotation, and at that time you have the right string, okay. So your nervous system seeing that shape, that pendulum, that length helps you to stay in resonance with whatever you focused on.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
this tool, this practice, the specific practice with a specific pendulum, it's just to fine tune yourself with the space that you are with the other person. Not is not doing anything to improve the energy. It just is
no,
finding the
it's
resonant
tuning.
frequency. The resonant
Yeah,
frequency. Okay,
exactly.
I understand. So, and then
And
let's thank you for this clarification with the difference between the mental
yeah,
dosing, the biogeometry, and the usage of the pendulum. This is important because maybe some people that are familiar already with the dosing, they may think that something similar or it's completely different. Simply same tool but completely different principles, mode of action, as
application.
we call in
Yeah,
engineering.
different.
So, tell us a little bit how the energy and the shapes relate. Because okay, we find that we have something different, and then we say that we are using some shapes, and I have here some pictures which I will put on that you have put in the electricity. But before I put these pictures on, give us a little bit of theory explanation how the shapes are, how the energy is affected by the shapes.
Okay. Okay, so as we already know, we have light energy, we have sound energy, we have shape energy, and we have a universal energy that is flowing everywhere.
Right.
Okay, so like let's say for example, if you turn on the light, this light, so there is radiations that are coming out from electrons, from the activity of electrons. They are emitting energy in the form of a light wave that we can see.
Correct.
So there is a movement of that energy,
Correct.
and that movement can get shaped. So this movement can get shaped with whatever is passing through a biogeometric adjustment or tuning. So let's say this
This object.
this this object is energy is passing through here. Like if you want to visualize it, like let's say that we have a blower or a wind that is coming through that object. So the object, the energy that is coming from here is energy. Let's name it A. So it's raw energy, and it's exiting the object in a state of rho B. Okay.
Okay.
So the energy is in the state in the A state is raw. The energy in the state B is transformed. By what? By the shapes and the angles of that shape.
Of the object.
Okay,
Of the object.
of the object. So as the energy takes so energy B is different from energy A, and energy B has qualities that are different from the raw energy. Maybe qualities that is good for us, maybe qualities that is, for example, in tune with a certain organ or a certain object, whatever. Okay, the qualities of that energy, it's a law, and it was studied extensively, closely by Dr. Karim, as he put together the principles that is governing this science. Okay, and he talks a lot in his book a lot about
Okay, so
about
let's
the
say
design principles and the principles of biogeometry.
to give an example from electronics, okay, electronic engineering, we have the energy, whatever is this energy, like we have a board, a circuit, which coming in a signal, then we have the board with different components on it, and then we have an output which is different from what it came in.
Exactly.
So the object, the BG3 object, the biogeometry object, we can say that it's like a circuit. So we have energy, any kind of energy that we want to transform is passing through
Yes.
the object, through the circuit, where you have the components. In this case, we have the shapes, different angles, and how we have make the shape, which I understand it works even if it's not a 3D object as the one that you show us, but even if it's drawn on the paper, or if it's engraved on a shape, so it's just like 2D or 3D, yes, 2D or 3D, but flat, still it's a circuit, and affect the energy, change the frequency, change the signal, the way that we have on the board on the circuit, and then we have a different output, correct?
Yes, yeah, exactly. And this is, I want to show you, I'm putting a necklace. It is the, the biosignatures.
Yeah, it's the focus is out of focus.
Now it's better?
No, it's not focusing yet. It start, maybe the other way.
Better. So we can
Anyway,
share with
put a
our
picture. I will put a picture during the editing of the. Yeah.
So so this circuit is those forms that are engraved on the biosignature pendant. They are in resonance with our bodies, and with our bodies and with specific organs in the bodies.
Yeah.
And they restore health each on its each on its own. Has its own function.
It's drawing its line that it has different shapes over there, like different shape. I have seen it. It corresponds to a resonant frequency of an organ, and as the energy is coming, even if we are standing in front of Wi-Fi and the EMF is hitting us, when it's going through this circuit, it will change, and instead of hurting our organ, it will actually at least neutralize it. It's not going to make anything bad. In some cases, some shapes, they can even improve and make and be beneficial.
Exactly.
I want to share as well. You sent me some pictures with some BG3 objects, some circuits that you have put on the electricity, on your electricity, let's say on the plug, so the people they can see something more. Hold on a second. I try to share here the screen. Not this. Here, for example. Do you see?
Oh. Yes, I can.
Okay, this is not. It's not this picture. This is something else that we're gonna talk about it. But here we have this plastic. Do you see it?
Shapes. Yes.
Yeah, so we have this plastic shape. This is like a trapezoidal with lines. Go ahead. Please explain us.
Yeah, it has this is a BG strip. The way we call it in biogeometry, it has specific angle of 66 degree.
Okay.
Because in Dr. Karim experiments, he found that the angle of 66 deals with the electromagnetic pollution that is coming from the outlet. Okay.
Okay.
So and also, so it has the number 26. Of course, it has the shape ratios, like the distance on the different lines. They are well designed to have the ratios of 1.3. Like here, for example, we can see the numbers.
I'm sorry.
I'm not sure what. Yeah.
Sorry, it's popping up the other one. Sorry. Yeah. Here we are. Tell me again.
And also it has the power. So it has the power of angles 66. It has the power of numbers. So Dr. Karim found that the number 16. Anything that is that has the number 16, it gives the energy, the qualities of the same energy that we found in the power spots. So it's the BG3 energy. Okay. And what is BG3? Why we call it BG3? It's a shortcut. It's a representation of the three fundamental vibration that is present in the BG3 wave, and that is the quality colors of gold, the quality color of ultraviolet, and the color of magnetic negative green, which is the strongest emission wave that is present.
Okay.
Okay, so if you put the picture again.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
This picture.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe I can. Okay, so so the number 16 deals with it emits a BG3 wave in the immediate environment for the strip, and the number 9, it has the number 9 in length at the top.
Up
So
here.
also Dr. Karim find the number 9 deals with the electromagnetic uh, disturbance that we find in wires. Okay, so in this simple shape, we are getting uh, uh, many effects at the same
Yeah.
time, many principles of biogeometry that we're using them in order to strengthen, to amplify the effect on the electricity.
Yeah. And the kind of material, what material is made, it's not really that much influence if it's, let's say, it's from plastic, if it's from glass, if it's from a wood, and somebody will make it exactly the same measuring. It doesn't really affect the material, the quality of the energy, or it's as well important to pay attention to the material.
Yes, actually, when they are making this tool in biogeometry manufacturer, actually, they after they do the laser cutting, sometimes the quality is not very good because the negativity that is coming from the shape, from the material of the shape itself,
Ah,
bypasses the benefits that is coming
okay. I see.
from the indentation and the angle.
I
Okay,
see.
so those those tools, they are made by were designed by Dr. Karim. They are they have patents,
Okay.
and actually they have a quality control on those shapes, so they are sure when they sell it to people, they are
So
quite sure that
someone has to
100%
be
that
someone has to be
it
careful.
will bring
Someone has to be
some, yeah.
careful. Has to be careful if you will see on the, let's say, on the free market shapes which are look similar, but they say that there are BG3 and the shape may look
Yeah,
different. Maybe it's not working because it has not passed the quality control. So it's safer to buy
yeah,
it always from the certified BG3 agent
biogeometry distribute,
distributor shop, etc. Okay,
or from the school or from the websites that we will
correct.
share later
And here
on
we
our
see
audience.
another setting that you have. You have another BG3 object, and this black box, it's your Wi-Fi router, which you have
Router.
done something. Tell us what is this? What modification you have done?
Yeah, so away from the from the copper mesh,
Yes, so we can hear the
you
message of
notice,
the customers.
yes. So there is the copper mesh, and there is the numbers. You know, the so you have a cube that has 4 times 4,
Yeah, this
so it's
one.
a 16 cube, a 16 number. So uh, according to the science of biogeometry, it emits VG3.
Yeah,
So you have here a number 8, so 2, 4, 6, 8.
yeah.
The number 8. You have here, yes, exactly the number 12.
Well, yeah,
Okay, and you have here the number 9.
correct.
Okay, so you can combine those numbers, those shapes, to produce different qualities of energy, and that energy can have a positive impact on the detrimental waves of the Wi-Fi or of the router. That
Yes,
is, so it's a kind of they prohibit the resonance, the negative resonance that happens with the
exactly.
electromagnetic wave of the router.
Yeah, so it's blocking, let's say, the negative energy. It does not block the signal, so the devices, they're still gonna work, they're gonna
Yes,
communicate, but it's blocking the
yes,
negative effect. And
the
before
negative
I ask,
effect.
yes, and this one down, this object, the
This
plexiglass,
object,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah, it's made from plastic. It's a stand. Actually, it is a lot similar to the stand that was one of the tools used in Hamburg
Yes, we're
back
gonna
then.
see it. We're gonna see it, this one later. Mhm.
Exactly, after a while.
Okay, and this
So
emitting, let's
it
say,
has. here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So the energy is coming from the bottom of the shape,
Mhm.
okay, and it's channeled towards the top, okay,
Okay.
and through that there is different shapes. So uh, they are adding uh, they are each shape are adding to their to the quality.
Mm.
They are modifying the quality of the final energy at the top. That is that and that energy is pointing out towards the router.
Yeah.
So so how do you use it? You just put it under the router. You point it to the router, or from an angle position. You just put it on a stand, and you point it to the router, and actually there is a tuning that is present
Like
at
up.
the top
Mm.
of the stand. So whenever the energy is coming out, and the angle at this of the stand at the top is tuned to a certain quality, it amplifies and it strengthens the effect
Okay.
of
Okay. So it's like, as we said
of the
before,
patching.
in electronics, we have a circuit, you have an incoming signal, and then you have maybe a potentiometer or something else that is changing the. We fine tune, and then we have
Yes,
exactly fine tuned
exactly,
frequency.
exactly. The same
Excellent,
analogy.
excellent,
Same analogy.
excellent. So, and because we are engineers and we are science, and many people as well, they say, okay, all these are good, but are they measurable? Can we measure really the effects? Because, okay, what you said before, the fine tuning and this, we can find it with a pendulum. You fine tune, this
Yes,
is a tool that you are using. But is there any electronic tool that we can measure really and prove that this is actually happening and not only woo-woo things or just feelings?
of course, of course, of course,
Excellent.
of course. Actually, one of the not very known device on the market is the IGA-1 device. It was
IGA, like India Golf Alpha.
gold, yeah, India Gold Alpha. IGA-1 device. Uh, it was invented by Yuri Kravchenko. He's a Russian scientist,
Yeah.
and he uses mainly he uses his device to detect the geopathic stress in the earth.
To detect
Geopathic stress in
let geopathic.
the geopathic stress in the earth, whether it's coming from water crossing, two water streams crossing together, or whether it is coming from the grid lines, like the Banker line, the Hartmann grid line, the Kari grid line. And actually, after the Russian, Dr. Karim worked with the Germans, because they worked on those grid lines, energy lines, for a long time. So yes, this those are tangible devices that are independent of our intention and
Exactly.
independent of our nervous system, whether we are feeling good, bad.
Depending on the
Uh,
who's holding the pendulum, etc.
yeah, depending on the guy that is holding and the pendulum, and depending on his skills and how much time he put in order to develop to fine tune and to develop sensitivity. So this device is ready. Actually, it works on the torsion fields, as I understand it. It works on the theory of torsion fields, and there is on the website many videos where you can see the mapping of the lines that are inside your home and also outside of the field. So the Hartmann and Kari grid have a certain geometry. So they are uh, uh, so they have um, um, a basic length and width and different frequency. Yeah, but they still have a certain by a certain geometric shape for them. So uh, maybe later we can show in the links some
Yes,
pictures
yes. At the end,
for people.
or during when I'm editing in this phase, I will put the links, or I will have in the description. We'll see how we'll do it.
Yeah,
And I remember you have told me that it's quite an expensive device. It's not.
it is.
Yeah,
It is
it
not.
is very expensive.
It is
Of course,
a big investment.
of
It is a
course,
big investment,
of course.
and um, and you know some other like biofeedback tools like BioWell that was developed by Dr. Korotkov in Russia, the Veda Pulse, also a Russian invention, Vol Office device. Okay, you can see the effect of the energy on your biological system through the points, the specific points like the Veda points, the Vedic points, or the acupuncture points. So you can see the effect on your body,
Yeah.
okay, in those with those devices.
Yeah.
So so uh, that made biogeometry a very tangible
Correct.
science.
Correct.
It's tangible. Whatever you can measure, and it's repeatable, and it is
Exactly.
over and over again. You tend to trust this science. Even Dr. Karim, if he couldn't measure his science, he could not get the awards that he got, or got biogeometry spread all over the world, America, Europe, Middle East, everywhere,
Right.
because he brings not only subjective experience but tangible results that you can measure with biofeedback machine.
And as you said, in Europe, the office in Geneva, it's like the headquarters in Europe. They have biogeometry in Geneva, where it's just close to where I live. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
In the next canton, now I'm living in Canton of Vaud, but yes, it's next. I mean, I was living in Geneva for years. I'm going daily,
Yeah.
not an issue.
Okay.
And
So maybe after this,
so
maybe after this meeting, you will go straight forward and purchase the purchase
I
some
wanted
tools
I wanted to
to play and to
yeah
play.
I had let's say subscribed to have the basic training last June, but
Huh?
I was not able to the dates, etc. It was not really working well with my schedule. So I'm waiting now the next course when it will be published.
Okay.
And I wanted as well to buy some things from the shop online, especially nowadays that there are not too much on the shops. But there were some things that they were not available. It was taking too long, and I have to leave for a business trip that I am currently. And so I thought, okay, when I go back, I will as well order, especially this the circuit that you have that affects the different organs, like the necklace that you showed us, and then some other shapes, the angles that can put on my screen, on the four corners of my screen, so I will reduce the
Yes.
negative effect
Yes.
of the screen,
Yes.
the EMF, since I'm standing in front of the computer
Yes.
many hours per day.
Yes.
So yes, I'm definitely. I have already located what I need and what I want, and just a matter now to receive them in my place.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just to add, Yanis, an idea. So people they can benefit from this science without having the hassle of
The
developing
knowledge.
their own nervous system and developing their radiesthesia, radiesthetic skills. Because you know when you get the strip, when you want to balance a wire, an electric wire, you have, and like we want to show you, you can either like put a strip and wrap it around the wire, so you can be sure that your energy is balanced, and there is a positive signal that is superimposed on the negative
Yes.
effect of the wire, especially at night. Dr. Karim always suggests that at night we turn off the routers and we turn off the electricity as possible, especially around our bed.
Correct.
That's what he recommends.
Correct.
So we can diminish the electrosmog at
The minimum.
at the very minimum. Okay.
Exactly.
So your body will
Yeah,
rebalance itself.
and this is important what you said. A reminder that a little bit earlier. I mean, in this a few moments ago, that irrelevant if somebody understands the science, how it works, or if we believe or not. If let's say we put these shapes on the locations where we need to change the energy, like as I mentioned on the corners of my screen, or as you have put on the electric plug where you have connected different things. irrelevant if somebody knows how it works or not, or if believes or not, the effect is there. It will influence.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
and
So
this is proven as well. Okay, you want to say something?
yeah, so at your house, if you have your access to your main distribution board, you can open it. You can stick a strip, electrical strip that has 16.9 close to the circuit breaker, and because the shape of that strip is strong, has a strong emission of PG3, a strong amplitude, so you can be sure. So you can stick, for example, uh, four strips close to the breakers, and you're done.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can be assured that the more you put amplitude to it, the better you can
That's as we said,
say
rapidly, the power.
relax. Yeah, the more power you have, the better. And actually, if you have access to the main cables at home, you can also stick them there.
Okay.
Like you have let's say a three-phase system, you can put on each phase a strip. Like if you are not to add the effect, if you are not like a practitioner in biogeometry and you are not certified to balance homes. So for example, as we showed earlier in some of the photos that I shared with you, so you can simply wrap around the main wire of your home,
Yeah, like this one here.
distribution wires. So you wrap 16 turns from the first one, and you leave a space between them, and you wrap nine turns.
Yeah.
Okay, so that way you can be assured that the uh, the balance is there.
Yeah, and then you were discussing, and you told me that because the energy then will distribute through the cables to the whole electricity, depending how many BG circuits you have, it will have the effect.
Yes,
You were telling me that even with the water lines in the earth, if you will find the water lines, and then we find the crossing pore and the crossing sections, and then over there you put a BG3 circuit, then it will start balancing. The water lines, they will carry the BG energy wherever they go, as long as it's something that's strong, the big object, big mass from the equation of Einstein, energy is from mass by the speed of light, and it will have beneficial all over where this is distributed.
exactly. So let's say that there is a line that is coming to your home, that is passing through your home,
Yeah.
and there is a thunder that is hitting the grid line. So this, even if you are not close to the location of the earthquake, of the thunder,
Yeah.
the effects are still there.
Correct.
Okay, so if you have a crossing that is coinciding underneath your bed, and crossing doesn't have to be on the same depth in Earth.
Yeah.
So a stream of water can go on the depth of 4 meters, and another stream can go under the depth of 10 meters, for example. Okay, but
Crossing.
since that streamline, we talk about in biogeometry about compression waves. So the effect, so whenever something is passing that way, it creates an effect like water, like when you are moving in the sea with your boat, you are moving that way, but you are creating effect compression waves through that. So it's the same principle. That's why it doesn't matter if they are on the same depth or not. Okay, what matters is the negative impact.
Effect. Correct.
On
Very good. And then let's talk now and a little bit further about the famous Hemburg miracle. That it
yeah,
was actually a living proof that the science works, and this is really at least took off the biogeometry and made well known to the worldwide
yes,
this science. So give us a little bit the background, and then I have the video that is in the YouTube from the Reuters, and I will play a very little because I'm afraid for copyrights if we have a strike. I already got a warning for something for another video. I don't want to have strikes. But
Okay.
I will have the link so anyone can watch it later. So if you want, just give us a little bit of the background of the experiments, what was happening. You already mentioned something, but let's elaborate a little bit longer.
Okay. Okay. So back in 2003, Swisscom started, which works directly with the government, started to install their antennas and their towers in specific areas, for communication, for military and other uses.
Yeah.
And after a while, after a week or two, people started reporting in the city of Hamburg that they are experiencing headaches, they are experiencing sleepless nights, and even the farmers there, they reported that their cows started miscarriages.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we said, the government of Switzerland, they called Dr. Karim, since he was graduated from the University of Zurich, and they told him, do something, Dr. Karim, do something. We don't know what to do. We don't want to remove the tower. We are getting a lot of resistance from people because their health matters to us. But at the same time, we want to keep the tower. So this is what he did, along with his son, Dr. Sayyid Karim. Uh, they went, and we will see them both in the video. So they went and they added the shapes, and a week later, after they added the shapes and they balanced the energy coming from the electromagnetic pollution coming from the towers, immediately people felt calmer. Uh, they uh, they felt healthier. Even man, if you believe it or not, he could the disturbance that was coming from the electromagnetic fields affected the relationship between neighbors. So it affected them mentally and emotionally, and those are dimensions of the qualities that we study in biogeometry. So it's not, maybe let's say, for example, a medicine is good for you on the physical level, but on the mental emotional level it's not good.
Yeah.
So we find uh, solutions on all levels of the human, mentally, energetically, emotionally, and physically,
Excellent.
and even spiritually. So after that, after they did the balancing, people started reporting good benefits, and even the cows stopped miscarriages. Imagine. And cow, you can't say for people like, okay, the cow speaks Arabic or speak any other language. They are free from this placebo effect,
Placebo
or
effect.
the effect of suggestion.
It was
Yeah,
not
auto-suggestion, placebo effect, exactly. So you can't fool the cow. So even the cow is feeling well or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see the video
So yeah, hold on a
of
second.
Hamburg.
From Reuters, we see that it was even in the Reuters.
Yeah, Yanis. Actually, it's a video that is present on the website, and it was.
Okay, yeah. So the people they can watch it.
So yeah, they can
Karim,
tolerate.
just to see. Here's the object similar to what you have.
The well-being was felt in the village.
Hold on a second. Yeah, similar to the one that you have. Then there was fine tuning, but of course much bigger. And then there are he's reporting the results. But yeah, the people they can, the viewers here, the audience can see it either in the website of the BioGeometry or through the YouTube where I will have put the links. Yeah.
Okay.
So and how now this okay? How is that? relates to the nanotechnology and to the triangle that I have, and then your project. But talk, as I just mentioned, I believe that I'm convinced that the biogeometry can balance negative effects of EMF, which EMF not only has a negative effect on our biology, but as well it's related, it's programming the nano that we have in our systems. And I will try to apply some principles, at least the ratios, some ratios of BG ratios with 16:9 that you said, and some other ratios that are existing, to my devices, to the triangle. I will experiment first with having, let's say, double frequencies, double coils, and try to see if it will have any better effect on me, and then maybe I can make it available for other people. So there is complementary formations, complementary effects, complementary science, which I want to apply as well on my product and improve the quality and the efficiency of this well-known triangle and the bucket that Tony had created, and I make it available as well for the people that they cannot do it themselves, or they don't have the time to do it. And but you have as well some projects. You say, okay, you are not talk about your project, because you have been not only basic knowledge, but as well you have been certified from advanced training of biogeometry.
Yeah. So after my after I assisted to the advanced training. I had the idea of creating a device based on biogeometry principles and language of design. So it's an electric device, by the way, and it helps. It actually for as I started experimenting with it, so I found an interesting application. So whenever you have this a part of this device, and you put, like, for example, a BG dial on that device, and let's say you tune it for a certain angle, okay, and you put for example something like juice or wine or
something
anything.
eatable,
It's drinkable, that you can taste, and you can make a difference of the taste of the different tastes. Actually, after when I put the angle of the dial, actually after 1 minute 30 seconds, the taste of the liquid change according to the angle that I used.
Wow.
So energy is now you can taste the effect of biogeometry on that tool, and specifically the effect of angles on that. And another interesting experiment happened. I tried. Is that I have a friend that is living outside of Lebanon, and I asked him to just take a photo of a apple cider. Let's explain. I asked him to bring an apple cider bottle and fill a glass of water. Fill a glass of apple cider vinegar, and put the water and put the bottle aside. So he did that, and I said to him, just bring another cup, and first half of the solution in that cup, take a picture and send me the picture via WhatsApp. So I did it. I printed the picture of that specific cup, and the other cup he put it aside, and I put it on the machine. Okay, man, strange thing happened just on the picture. Okay, just after 1 minute, I asked him to taste the vinegar to compare the two tastes.
Yeah.
And he said well, the untreated solution was a little bit strong in acidity,
Sour, yeah.
and the other was lighter, and it was the acidity
Easier.
dropped,
Wow.
easier to drink, so it doesn't burn the
Yeah, the throat.
here, the throat. Okay, so I'm having a interesting results with it. Actually, Dr. Ibrahim is aware of that invention, and I'm waiting for him to have time in order to uh, to study it more closely, and to see what we can do uh, out of that project. Because he didn't have he lately he doesn't have a lot of time, because he is well focused,
Easy.
and in the writing of his third book, okay, about all the science, and he is writing as I know it will be an amazing book that explains all all the effects of biogeometry, why it works, etc. So it's going to be a one of a kind book.
No, this is excellent, and congrats for your, let's say, thought and the implementation and the results that you are
Yeah.
getting. This is very nice. And now it reminds me, when I was studying through the website, etc., for biogeometry, or checking the different facts, because yeah, I want to, to verify as an engineer, I have to question everything, understand how things are working. But then I have found in one somewhere that. Even if we have if we have a piece of paper A4, okay, or a letter size,
Yes.
the one, and then there are some shapes printed over there, and we put a
Yeah.
picture of a person or the object or whatever, the energy, just even through the shapes, and just have it, let's say, in the location in the room, this will affect positively the person, even if it's not there remotely, even just from the picture. So
Yes.
now you just confirm that you made the device and you had the photocopy of the picture of your friend who was thousands of miles away,
Yes.
and
Thousands of miles away.
it's affect the just through the BG3, it's affect
Yeah.
the object, and only
Yes.
that,
Exactly.
not the same material, but it was in a different glass. This is amazing.
Yes. And I tried as much as possible to minimize my intervention. So
Yeah.
I tried to just print the picture, take it, and just put it on the device. That's it.
Yeah.
So without my own intention affecting the results.
Yeah. I will not ask you to show us a device, because it's a prototype, and still it's under
Yeah.
development. So yes, we respect that, but it will be great. Actually, it will be very good for you to be commercialized as well, to make the patents and keep the patent, and later start selling it. Why not, as a business idea? You are still young, and and why not?
It's a potential idea. Yeah.
Yeah. And now, okay, all these are good, but how people they can, let's say, find VSBG object or circuits, so they can start using it. Like I said, I will put in the corners in my screen. You put on the wall, things like that. And if they want to find a consultant to do analysis of their environment and balance their environment, how they can do this?
Yes. So you can check on they can check on the website of BioGeometry.
Okay.
They can contact the officers, and they can and the office the responsible people will get them in contact with a practitioner that is certified, that was trained, that we know that their skills are internalized, and
yeah, so they can go to the biogeometry.ca website, and over here in the contact, they can send a message. And okay, there are in Canada head offices,
Europe,
in Europe as well, okay, in Egypt. But if there are in other locations, there are, as you told me, there are practitioners. These are the office. Where are the office? But there are practitioners or
yeah.
consultants all over the world, and even in the US, and beside in Canada. So with a contact form from biogeometry.ca. They can request, let's say, a consultant, and then they can find more articles, research and applications, as we said. And it's not only about EMF, even on the health, as we see here, hepatitis C research, agricultural, cell phones.
Thermal effect of cell phone
Hemburg,
on the
yeah.
body.
So there are many applications, not only about the EMF, but EMF it's because my audience is here in this channel, they are mainly EMF
Yes.
and nano. But it has
Yes.
applications and can help in many, many different sectors and segments.
And now I'm gonna drink a BG3 water.
Yeah, BG3
From
water.
my BG3 water.
Yeah. So you have a copper bottle, and then you have attached 2 or 3, how many? Excellent.
And I have attached a strip for water that have a 1611 indentation along with the 66 angles.
Yeah.
So so I can be sure that my water has this beneficial vibration.
Correct.
And just to add on our conversation is that for screens,
Yes.
the people can buy the L shape and stick it in the corner, right in the corner
Yes.
Maybe we can show
Maybe
them.
yes. Let's try to show.
Picture.
So I will go to product. I will go to shop online, for example. Okay, let's put North America.
North America. Home balancing kit. So yeah.
And there is as well for cell phones here. Oops. So this is the L shape that you are referring. The second.
Yeah, the L90.
The L9.
We call.
Yeah.
The L90. We put it on the corner of the.
Yes, in its corner
screen.
of the screen. Yeah. On the plastic around, not on the LEDs or the LCD, whatever on the where is the actual pixels, but on the side, on the frame of the screen.
On the frame of the screen, exactly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be stick on the real screen, but on the plastic frame of the screen.
Yeah. And the prices they are very reasonable. The prices.
Yeah, for Europe, it's a very reasonable price. So here we can find the home energy balancing kit.
Yeah.
So
this is the circuit that you have in your neck. This is the circuit that you have in your neck. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And this one is the cell phone harmonizer sticker. Okay, where you simply stick it on your phone.
Yeah.
And because those biosignatures are related to the ear.
Okay.
So it was tested. It will help the ear not to get into resonance with the detrimental effect of the
Okay.
of the phone and of the waves. And actually, you can use for your phone. Like for example, my phone.
Yeah.
Like here, I'm showing my phone. Okay.
Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah.
I'm showing my phone here.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can put in your phone. In your phone, you can put a strip.
Yeah.
Like an extra strip. Like those are straight to the point applications that practical applications that people can use. So you can take a strip, put it in your phone, and just forget about it.
Excellent. Yeah.
You will be sure that your phone is balanced. Actually, how to balance your laptop also, you can turn your laptop and stick on the battery of the laptop L66 or a BG3 strip, L66 or BG3 strip, electric strip. On the charger, you can also, as we said, you can put the strip, the charger. You can put the wire, 16 and 9 wire. So those are no brainers, no
Yes,
brainers
yes, yeah, yeah,
applications
yeah.
to.
So if it's a magnetic wire, copper magnetic wire, which has the isolation film outside, the protection, it will work because you told me the one that you have, it's a naked copper. We can
Yeah,
take it
absolutely,
electrically, we can have it.
absolutely. Because this strip, even if it is metal, okay, it can work similarly with the same effect on glass. Like for example, if you have pipes in your home, you have water pipes, you have the heat pipe,
Yeah,
heat water pipe, cold heat, warm water and cold water.
right.
So what you do is that you bring two strips of water, 1611, and you fix it on the pipes, even if they are plastic pipes, even if they are metal pipes, it doesn't matter uh, the
And then
material.
simply, if we put, the more we put, we have stronger, bigger amplitude.
Yeah, exactly. But the one strip is enough, like for the water. When it's passing, it's the VG3 that is coming, the shaping of the energy that is coming from the strip is being added to the water, and since water also is a good conductor of energy,
Yeah, and some
so
memory, etc., etc.
it gets very
That's
very
excellent.
charged with the VG3 of the strip.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. So,
As
really,
promised, we made sure to make this meeting fun, to make this meeting practical for people, simple stuff they can make at home to add this beneficial effect, and to cancel as much as possible the harmful of Wi-Fi, of 5G, of grid lines, etc.
yeah,
And actually, and on YouTube there is plenty of videos that where the daughter, for example, last week there was a video that was uploaded from building biology institution, and the daughter of Dr. Karim, Duria Karim, which is also an instructor in biogeometry, certified instructor. She was introducing biogeometry to people, and our time today was very tight, so we
yeah,
did as much as possible to to speak briefly and to make this to approach this from an angle of practical applications. But if people want to know more about it, they can read the book Back to a Future of Mankind, Biosignatures, the second book, and there is also the recommended video, the audio link that I talked about, where Doria explains extensively, better than me, of course, the essence, the principles of biogeometry.
yeah, and it's a recognized science. It's not voodoo science. Not only because there are
No, no,
the machines that they are measuring, but as someone can see on the website of biogeometry, there are master and the PhD theses based on biogeometry. So there are really in the university level, it's recognized.
yes,
And
yes,
okay, mainly in the Cairo or in Egyptian universities, Cairo and Alexandria, but it's a science, really a science. So it's somebody should not think out something spiritual or I don't know what, new age
yes.
or anything,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
anything else. It's science, practical, and just based on knowledge and energies, a different approach, and very
Yes,
not harmful at all, not harmful for the
yes,
environment, not harmful
yes,
from the
yes,
ecology and for the mankind and the animals. On the other hand, it can be very beneficial, and we know that we don't need chemicals to get well, that they have
yes,
tried the last 150 years, 120 years to make us do. Simply using the energy that's existing in our on our Earth, we can benefit. And there are master and PhD thesis development by on
it's
BG3.
recognized. It's recognized, and they are people that are well trained and in the left brain mode, so the effects are tangible and measurable. And if you allow me, Yanis, to add one more thing,
Please.
and related to the blue light that you talked about.
Yes.
The blue light is used to program, okay, to program the humans. Actually, as I see it from my perspective, on both biogeometry and electrical fields, electrical engineering, is that blue lights are used in the wrong
Way.
in the wrong moment of the day, and with the frequencies that
Correct.
are blue, yes, but are not compatible with our system.
Yes.
Because not all blue light is detrimental. Okay, because there are blue LEDs that was I know from that company that is based in the US, and they have the light for relaxing for the night and blue light for the day. So blue light is the basic programming of the humans is based on disturbance. Okay, like you make the body unease, and when the body is unease and disturbed and not feeling well, okay, you open a door for manipulation. Let's say, for example, if the detectives catches a criminal, okay, imagine how they apply on him pressure, so at the end it breaks. So this is another way of viewing the effect of those blue waves and frequencies that they are used in order to program and to implant suggestion in the unconscious of the people. And because they are there are a big amount of confusion in the community of dowsers, of energy work, because they are people that work on the dark side, on the good side. And I don't want to enter into this topic because it's a very large topic.
Yeah, sure.
Lots of conversation, understanding has to be put together in order to tackle it. But there is what they have in common, all of these sciences, is similarities. Okay, so similarities is what is being it was affecting one teaching and the other teaching. It's similarities, but if you don't understand the principles that are governing, well, it will cause disturbance in your system, and at the time, when you are disturbed and your nervous system is disturbed, and voices inside of you are screaming and are complaining and are struggling against each other, okay, you get let's call negative effects.
Yes, exactly.
So but when you understand science and you have trust in that science, you can be confident and certain that the effects are understandable, first of all, measurable, and that it has positive effects on our lives and health and the life of our children.
Exactly, definitely.
Yeah.
So, Elie, I thank you very much for the time that you spent with us, the explanation that you gave us. Definitely, it's a topic that one video for almost 2 hours, it's not gonna answer all the questions, but the resources are there for the people that they want to search deeper on the topic. I will put some links. As you mentioned, there are plenty of videos on the YouTube talking about this topic. There is the website that I will share in the video when I will edit in the presentation.
Yes.
And there are as well the shops where they can buy the circuits, the BG3 circuits, to improve the quality of their environment, and as well if they need a really big project to improve the whole environment where they are living, like what happened in Switzerland, in Hamburg.
Yes.
But even in our home or one room only, There are
Yes.
certified, qualified people that they can help each one individuals, and each one, you know, we help each other. We try to share information in order to improve our quality and go against these evil forces that they are really um, they are in charge at this moment. They are in charge, but this does not mean that we have to paralyze from the fear or to stay
Exactly.
still because no, they are there. We have to do our stuff and even go against it instead of try to avoiding it. When it's coming a storm, if we run away, it will catch us. We have to go against it, so we meet it faster and we can go maybe through it. But if we stay still, we do nothing. So I encourage everyone who is watching this one, look further in it and share the information so more people they can benefit, even if it's not applicable for, let's say, you at this moment. Keep it in mind that it can be useful in the future, but share the information because someone in your network may be require and need this science, and maybe it will be the answer now to the problem that he or she has.
Yes. Excellent.
So, Elie, thank you very much. Continue your
Thank
good
you,
work
Yanis. Thank you. It was a
in
pleasure.
both fields of science that you are
Yes.
doing, both
You know,
electric engineering and biogeometry. And
yes. We merge our skills together
yes,
and
exactly,
cooperate.
exactly. I
Yes.
appreciate your help. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Yanis. Bye bye.
Bye bye.